Hey, Small Axe community. Welcome back to another episode of this awesome episode. Now, I'm going to be doing a solo episode for you guys today. And as I grow, as my journey progresses, as I learn and experience more, I feel it is really important for me to check in and share some of those experiences that I've learned with you. And I also want to take this opportunity to wish you and your beautiful, lovely families a happy Thanksgiving. So, this is my favorite holiday. I love the food as well as the premise behind it. Remembering to be grateful can lead to joy and happiness. And I've seen it firsthand. And I truly preach being grateful and feeling being present and just giving thanks every day is a wonderful thing. So, I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I love you guys. Let's rock. So, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the state of the market and a little bit about what I'm seeing as an active investor who is actually currently closing deals today, right? I'd like to start with what's going on right now with lenders, as well as what you should be doing to remain on top of your game. There is no question about it. The Fed has been raising rates, right? They are trying to control inflation. I don't know if it's working, if it's not working. And I am not, although I have studied economics, I'm not an economist and I don't proclaim to be so. So I'm not going to make predictions. But the fact remains the Fed has been raising rates, right? And they may not even be done raising rates. They may be done raising, but who cares? That's not the point. The point is that what is happening today, we as entrepreneurs, as investors, as business people, as savvy individuals, we just need to account for it. Does that mean that you should be pencils down? I quit, I give up, I throw in the towel, just just give up on multifamily altogether because interest rates are too high? No, I say hell no. Actually, don't even think about it. Now is when you can seize the opportunity to understand that there are less people looking at the same deals that you were looking at 6 months ago. If all else changed, right? If there's nothing else different, but there are less eyes on these properties, that is a huge win. So keep underwriting deals, keep analyzing, looking at opportunities, and ask brokers to share deals with you, but underwrite with the correct debt. And this is freaking crucial. This means that you have to be in constant communication with lenders. You should be talking with them daily or at least weekly. Share any opportunities that you're working on with these uh, bankers, right? With these lenders, and get feedback. Where would they come in? Ask them, what would the LTV be? What would the interest rate be? Can I get any debt cert? Can I get, what's my amortization going to be? Can I get any interest only? And today, I highly recommend local banks over agency. From my experience, the local banks have been really just way more aggressive with their rates and terms than Fannie Freddie. And this is because they have more information and experience within local markets. They're very localized. And they may have other assets in the area that you're looking in. So they know very well how their assets are performing and whether or not they want to be aggressive on those deals. So a few months ago, I actually had a conversation with a local bank down in Tampa. And one of the guys let me know that they were going to remain extremely aggressive during this time period because they missed out, quote unquote, on their opportunity during the Great Recession. So they're not going to miss that opportunity again. The tides will turn, guys. Yes, this is just another market cycle. So things will be better again. How long? Who knows? But right now, let's still find deals because things will be better. So I recommend talking to local banks, right? Build as many relationships as you can. Really try to build deep relationships with them. And if you can't, I totally get it too. If you don't have the time to build those relationships, find a broker who can build those relationships for you or who already has those relationships. Because local banks, when you're right now, are they're giving the best rate and terms, and they are competing against each other. So you can pin two or three banks against each other, show them what terms they're getting at one bank, and they might beat them. And I get it. All I'm saying here is that you might be like, well, I don't even know what to do with this, Nico. Well, I'm going to tell you what to do with this. Here's what I'm currently doing when I'm looking at deals today in the greater Tampa MSA. Your market might be different. I plug in a 6 to 6.5% interest rate into my analyzer. I do 35% down, 6 to 12 months of IO, 25-year amortization, and a sale at year 5. I don't project a refinance right away. I just see if it works. Am I cash flowing positive based on these inputs and everything else being, from the rent roll in T12? If not, simple. I just don't move on. Now, if I do, however, take a step back, right? and look at a few other things and see what is available. Like I said, so my deals are in the Tampa MSA. You might have deals somewhere else, right? You might be looking at another market, and that's okay. Just kind of plug it in around somewhere between 6 and 7%, around 35% down, around 6 to 12 months of IO, a 25-year amortization, right? It could float. It could be 20. It could be 30. It could be 5.5%. It could be 7%. It depends on whether or not you're going bridge. I would avoid bridge right now unless you're getting a 3-year term minimum plus extensions. I would kind of avoid bridge only because it's a little risky, especially with the LTV, unless the deal makes sense, because every deal is specific and different. So just know that, because you can certainly make a bridge product work today. Now, do I know that I can beat those terms that I mentioned? Absolutely. And actually, we're closing a deal this week. 5.7% interest rate, 30-year amortization, right? 30% down payment, right? 12 months of interest only, right? So, and this is a fixed rate for 5 years. So they're out there, right? So there are still deals to be had. So just take a look at your underwriting. Just start with around 6 to 7% interest rate, 25-year amortization, because assume you're going to go community bank, and see if it works. If you are cash flowing positive, excellent, dive deeper. If not, just pass it. So what if you have to underwrite 80 deals, 100 deals today, to find the deal that works for you? This is how it's always been. This is part of the game, guys. And it doesn't mean you should stop just because the interest rates went up, right? Or stop because everybody's worried about a recession. Just keep going. Look at deals. Stick to your criteria of what makes a good deal. Yes, you should still be expanding your cap rates by 10 to 15 basis points a year. I wouldn't do anything drastic. I wouldn't go, more than that. Maybe 20 basis points a year, right? It depends on your market. You really need to know your market as well. Just make sure you're nailing down the market cap rate, and you're basing it off the market cap rate rather than your going in cap rate, which can be significantly different. If you need any questions or guidance on that, call me, reach out to me. Also, I'm going to say, yes, you should be, or you can be factoring in a refinance when you're underwriting. Just don't bank on it. I like to have, fixed rate debt in place for at least 5 years. I feel that this is like a good enough time frame to kind of push through a recession or a down cycle. And obviously, you can get more, and the more you get, the better, in my mind. But when factoring in a refinance, just test the deal to see if it still works at 7 or 7.5% interest rate at the end of year 2 or 3, maybe 8% if you want to be super conservative. You never know, right? So perhaps the most important thing, though, when factoring in a refinance is whether or not you can actually refi due to the debt service uh, constraints, right? So make sure that you're hitting that 1.25% debt service coverage ratio. If not, you're going to have to drop the LTV, and it might not even be worth it to refinance if you're doing like a skin of your teeth 10%, cash out refi. It's not even worth it at that point, right? Unless you're getting like a ridiculously good interest rate. Just play with it, messing around with it. I highly recommend that you're cash flowing, even if it's a little bit from day one, because I know that there's been zero cash flow on all these deals. Everything has been value add, right? And really, people have been really testing the limits. But today, you can maybe cash flow a little bit and call it a win. But yes, other gurus will say you really need to cash flow more, and that's obviously a safer bet. Anyway, that's all I really should be talking about with lending. You should be hopping on the phone with banks, with lenders, and just being in touch with what's going on, checking in with the Fed and seeing what their thoughts are and what their temperature is as well. So, just be sitting on investor capital that they will return to either their investors that invested, or they might roll into another deal. And this actually just happened. I just found somebody whose deal fell through due to they tried to renegotiate, which everybody's doing, and the seller said no. Right. So some sellers are sticking to their guns, and they're going to say, no, I'm not going to renegotiate. We're sticking to our guns. You just lost the deal. Now you're sitting on 500K. What are you going to do? Make sure you're talking with people who are actively raising, because this might happen. You might, be able to scoop something up. All right. Well, I feel like I'm taking up a lot of your Monday. I know it was probably an awesome week last week, and a long weekend to recover from the beautiful family events. But if you have any questions about underwriting, about deal analysis, maybe even putting a team together, market analysis, getting a deal to the finish line in today's market, give me a call. I held back today, guys, on some really, really great tips and gems that I will share with you at some point, or you can just schedule a call with me. You can even text me, guys. I'm looking for people to, the quickest and easiest way to get me is to text me 516-660-6912. And on the topic of gratitude and feeling grateful, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, feel extremely grateful for all of you devoted listeners out there who have written me a review, who have subscribed to my channel, who listen every week, who, you share my videos and like my videos. And please reach out to me, guys. I am a wide open book. I truly welcome all. And I'm actually thinking about maybe doing a little mentoring down the road. So if you want to get your free mentorship in now, text me, reach out to me, and I am beyond excited to start helping people out. So reach out to me now before I start charging people. Anyway, I am available to get a deal done, help you get a deal done today in this crazy market. I am doing it myself, currently actively investing, seeking opportunities, and closing on deals today. Give me a call, 516-660-6912. Love you guys. Mwah.